Alright guys, last week when I got home from work, I had the CatchKing Royale Legend Elite Reel waiting for me, as well as the CatchKing Speed Demon Pro Rod. And when they were in my driveway, this is what they look like. And somehow that rod was not broken, so good testament to durability, I guess, right off the bat. Thank you to UPS for that. And I don't want to just make a video where all I talk about is a rod and a reel, but I went out, I put some line on this thing just after I got home. I went out, took my first cast with it, and caught a giant bass. So I'm going to show you all that footage now. After that, I'm going to have some footage of me skipping docks and showing how well this reel works to skip under docks and how smooth it is. Then after that, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about the reel. And of course, the reel works great the first time you use it, right? I'm going to beat the snot out of this reel over the next couple months, and we'll see if it keeps on performing as well as it has for me lately. Alright, we're going to try and sneak up on this moving water right here. I'm going to try and be as quiet as I can. It would be better if it was cloudy. We just got a bunch of rain. The rain fell fast, got the water moving, but it's dropping fast. And it kind of sucks the sun just came out, so that might make those fish go back a little bit deeper. I've got the CatchKing Royale Legend Elite, reel here. Got it. There he is. Wow, that's a big fish. Wow, that's a big fish. Wow. Wow, come on. Oh, jeez. Holy buckets, that's a giant. Wow. Oh, look at the mouth on that thing. Wow. That's a super long fish. That guy's got to be pushing 2 feet. Maybe at least 23 inches. Beautiful fish, giant head on this fish, giant mouth. Man alive, I had no idea she was that big when I set that hook. That's my first fish on this CatchKing reel. Just giving it a shot, and of course every reel is going to work great first time you try it, but flip that lure in there so quietly, and she didn't let it get 2 inches under the surface before she ate it. That's a smooth reel. That's a good one to break it in on. That's awesome. What a brute. Got a perfect dock in front of us. I'm going to try and skip into every opening I can find and see how far towards the back of the dock I can get my jig. So as you can see, that reel skipped really, really well. I could get this jig, 3/8 ounce football jig, way up under those docks, back in the corners where I needed to get it to get some really good bites. You know, in that video y'all didn't see me catch too many fish, but regardless you could see how well that jig would skip up under there and how I could do it with minimal backlashing. You know, when a lot of people use a bait casting reel, they set it and they tune it so that they can essentially cast as hard as they want and have their thumb off the reel and not have it backlash. And to me, that defeats the entire purpose of using a bait casting reel. When I cast a bait casting reel, my thumb is always on the line. I never take it off. I'm just feathering it the whole time until that bait lands. And this reel, it seems like I can keep the reel relatively loose and still have those really, really smooth underhand casts. And I can do it without backlashing. I don't know a lot about the inner workings of reels, but I can have my thumb on there the entire time and not have it backlash. And it seems that even when I'm skipping, a lot of issues you run into is that when that bait skips, when it hits the water the first time, the reel builds up and it backlashes, and then you got to pick out the backlash after every skip. But with this one, it seems like you can make that cast and just feather the spool, just have your thumb on there ever so slightly, and it'll forgive you. It'll keep on going. It'll keep on skipping. You know, and you can get, as you saw in the video, 4 or 5 skips out of that one bait all the way into the back of the structure. It's a pretty small reel. It's pretty easy to palm. It's a pretty light reel, and I don't do a lot of long casting. I don't fish much with crankbaits or anything like that. I'm fishing, as y'all have seen in my videos, almost every cast I make is an underhand cast. You know, and then so far this reel seems to be performing pretty well for that. As you can see in the videos, you can make that lure land so quietly in that water, and to the point where there's barely ripple. And a lot of the fishing I do, when those fish are literally 4 feet from me, 5 feet from me, I want to make sure that they don't know I'm there. So I'm literally sneaking up and creeping up on those places, trying to take as light a footsteps as I can. And I really need my first, second, and third cast to just be so quiet that that lure just barely makes a ripple on the water. And I think that's how you can get those giants, because if you come walking up to a place and you stomp up there and you step right on the culvert, or you're stomping hard on the grass, those fish know, you know, they know you're there. And it's good to have a really, really subtle presentation when you get up there. And so far with this reel, I've found that I can really, really flip that bait in there as quiet as I can. And in that video where that big fish was caught, you can see that lure hits the water, the surface, but it just kind of slides into it. It doesn't splash, and that fish hits it the second that lure hits the water and starts to sink. And if I would have just overhand casted that bait in there, I don't know if that fish would have come up. 17.6 pounds of drag as well. Just looked that up, so that means I can use that for a good catfish reel as well. But like I said, I don't want my channel to be all about promoting certain products or anything like that. Just kind of wanted to do my first review. I haven't done any reviews before, and I didn't want to just have it be 100% all about the reel, so I included some videos, me catching fish, and some videos of the skipping in there. But so far, it's a good reel. Hopefully I can have some more information on it in a month or two after I've really, really put it through the ringer. A good test would be to catch, you know, 40, 50, 60 pound catfish on it and see how the drag works after that. You know, a lot of good reels I've used, good bass reels I've used for catfishing, they work flawlessly for the first few big fish, and after that, they just go south from there, and then that drag starts becoming really sticky, and that's really aggravating. So I'm going to put this one through the ringer. We'll see what happens, but if you like to underhand fish, if you like to fish close quarters, I think this is a good reel. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. There's going to be a link below to a little more information about the rod and the reel. Check them out if you want to. I would recommend this reel. I don't think that'll change, but I'm going to put this reel, like I said, I'm going to put it through the ringer. I'm going to beat the snot out of it. I'm going to catch some big fish on it, and we'll see what happens. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you.